Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Short show today. College football, Major League Baseball, WNBA, soccer, NFL safety rankings, news and notes, and best bet. College football is where we'll begin. We'll go over the lone result from yesterday, and it was a game to forget for Bill Belichick and his North Carolina debut as TCU beats North Carolina by a score of 48-14. An embarrassing loss. All the celebrities in the house. It's funny. Carolina scores on their opening drive. TCU scores 48 unanswered. They're 1-0, and Carolina is 0-1. I didn't think either team was going to be good this year, but I did not think that last night's game was going to be a blowout. Okay, college football next week doesn't start till Friday because we have the opening night in the NFL. So, we'll do all of Friday stuff on the Friday podcast. Okay, baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today. There's no matinee games today. Nats over the Marlins 2-0. Mets over the Tigers 10-8. Reds over the Jays 5-4. Red Sox over the Guardians 6-4. Astros over the Angels 8-3. White Sox over the Twins 6-5. A's over the Cardinals 11-3. Cubs over the Braves 7-6 and 10 on a walk-off single by Carson Kelly. Phillies over the Brewers 10-8. Giants over the Rockies 8-2. O's over the Padres 4-3. Rays over the Mariners 10-2. And the Rangers over the Diamondbacks 7-5 and 10. Okay, 6:30 tonight, Dodgers-Pirates. Clayton Kershaw against Cam Modzinski. It's surprising that Clayton Kershaw kind of still has it. I thought he was washed, but he has really shut up some doubters. They're minus 168 road favorites. Pittsburgh's plus 142 over under 8.5. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 102. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 118. I'm going to lay the 1.5 on the run line with the Dodgers. Mets Tigers. Nolan McLean and Sawyer Gibson Long. Mets minus 130. Tigers plus 110 over under 8.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Mets minus 1.5 plus 125. Tigers plus 1.5 is minus 150. I like the under. Blue Jays Reds. Jose Barrios and Nick Lodolo. Pick 'em. Minus 108 each way. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Jays minus 1.5 plus 146. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 178. I'm going to go with the Blue Jays. The Yankees and the Red Sox are right there with them now in the division. After they lost a couple games over the weekend to the Brewers and the other two teams. The Red Sox were hot, and then the Yankees, after losing to the Red Sox, won 7 in a row. So now the Jays are under some pressure here. I think they're going to get it done. Minus 108. 6:45, Guardians Red Sox. Slade Ciccone and Garrett Crochet. Red Sox minus 270, Guardians plus 220 over under 7.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Guardians plus 1.5 is plus 102. Red Sox minus 1.5 is minus 132. I'm going under 7.5 minus 102. It's a Garrett Crochet number. Bet. Marlins Nats. Adam Mazer and Cade Savali. Nats minus 116. Marlins minus 102 over under 9. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Marlins minus 1.5 is plus 150. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 182. I'll go with the Nats minus 116. 7:30, Mariners Rays. Brian Wu and Drew Rasmussen. Seattle minus 116, Rays minus 102 over under 7.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. M's minus 1.5 plus 138, Rays plus 1.5 minus 166. I'm going to go with the Mariners minus 116. Brian Wu is just outstanding. Angels Royals. Mitch Farris making his debut against Michael Lorenzen. Royals minus 156, Angels plus 1 32 over under 9. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 154. Royals minus 1.5 plus 128. I'm going to go with the under, but I don't feel good about that. Braves Cubs. Joey Wentz and Shota Imanaga. Where's that game? Oh, there it is. Cubs minus 178. Braves plus 150 over under 8.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Braves plus 1.5 is minus 138. Cubs minus 1.5 plus 115. I'm going to go with the run line for the Chicago Cubs. Next, White Sox Twins. Davis Martin and Simeon Woods Richardson. Twins minus 146. White Sox plus 124 over under 9.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. White Sox plus 1.5 is minus 162. Twins minus 1.5 plus 134. I like the under because of the hook. 7:45 A's Cardinals. Luis Severino and Miles Mikolas. A's minus 110. Cards minus 106 over under 8.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. A's minus 1.5 plus 146. Cards plus 1.5 minus 176. This is a Vegas nose. And Oakland is only 4 games back in the Cardinals. I'm going to go with Oakland minus 110 only based on the number. 8 o'clock on TBS, Yankees Astros. Max Fried, Framber Valdez. Great game. Yanks are slight favorites, minus 116. Astros minus 102 over under 7.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Yanks minus 1.5 plus 150. Astros plus 1.5 is minus 182. Max Fried is not the same guy as he was to start the season. I'm going with Houston minus 102. And then I think it's going to prove tonight that the Yankees went on that run because of a weak schedule. And they're going to potentially get blown out in this spot. And Fried's going to look fried. Giants Rockies 8:30. Logan Webb and Kyle Freeland. Giants minus 230. Rockies plus 190 over under 10.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Giants minus 1.5 is minus 114. Rockies plus 1.5 is plus 118. Under only because Logan Webb's good. 9:30 O's Padres. Tyler Wells making his debut against Yu Darvish. Padres minus 172. O's plus 144 over under 8.5. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. O's plus 1.5 is minus 152. Padres minus 1.5 plus 126. Like the over at even money. Last but not least, Rangers Diamondbacks. You have Nabil Crismont, and we don't know who's going for the Rangers. Diamondbacks minus 110, Rangers minus 106, over under 9, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Rangers minus 1.5 plus 146, D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 176. I didn't realize that the Rangers were a little bit over 500, but I think they're cooked. No Evaldi the rest of the year. I'm taking the Diamondbacks minus 110. Okay, now we will do the WNBA. We will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. Dream over to Sun 93-76, Lynx over to Wings 96-71. That was my best bet. That was a flop. Sparks over to Storm 91-85. All right, 2 games tonight. 10 o'clock. Liberty's Valkyries. Liberty are 6-point favorites, total 155.5. I like the over. And then on NBA TV, Fever Mercury. The Mercury are giving 7, totals 166. Is Caitlyn out tonight? Yeah. That's why that's that high. I'm gonna take the under. All right, now I'll move on to soccer. We did have some results from yesterday that I'd like to touch on. So we will do that. Women's League, Angel City over Bay FC 2-1. We had a FIFA World Cup qualifying game that got canceled between Zambia and Eritrea. And then today we had an international friendly that was canceled in Indonesia between Lebanon and Kuwait. And then we have CONCACAF Women's tonight in soccer. The first one's at 7 o'clock between Orlando and Aljanese. And the second one is between Gotham and Alianza FC from El Salvador. The English EFL trophy's going on right now. It's a lot of the English League One or under 21 teams, but we really don't have to get into that. Copa Colombia. Yeah, not much soccer going on. Tomorrow we have USL and USL League One. We have a little bit more soccer tomorrow, and then I don't think we have golf tomorrow. No golf until next week. So, light schedule, which is good, because we have a lot to do. All right, safety rankings for the NFL. 64-1, every team's starting free and strong safeties. All right, 64, Marquez Siegel, 49ers. 63, Xavier Watts, Falcons. 62, Craig Woodson, Patriots. 61, Nick Scott, Panthers. 60 through 51, Jordan Battle, Bengals. Jalen Hawks, Patriots. Malachi Starks, Ravens. Xavier Wood, Titans. Geno Stone, Bengals. Isaiah Pullum, Mayo, Raiders. Caitlin Bullock, Texans. Will Harris, Commanders. Alohi Gilman, Chargers. And Eric Murray, Jaguars. 50 through 41, Jason Pinnock, 49ers. Andre Cisco, Jets. Cole Bishop, Bills. Cam Bynum, Colts. Ifado Malafanu, Dolphins. Andrew Wingard, Jaguars. Tony Adams, Jets. Amani Hooker, Titans. Tyler Newman, Giants. Juan Thornhill, Steelers. 40 through 31, Quan Martin, Commanders. Telenoa Hufanga, Broncos. Grant Delpit, Browns. Donovan Wilson, Cowboys. Minka Fitzpatrick, Dolphins. Nick Cross, Colts. Jaden Hicks, Chiefs. Malik Hooker, Cowboys. Julian Blackman, Saints. Javon Holland, Giants. 30 through 21, Evan Williams, Packers. Taylor Rapp, Bills. Brian Cook, Chiefs. Chris Smith II, Raiders. Josh Metalists, Vikings. Tyke Smith, Bucks. Cameron Kinchins, Rams. Trevon Moehrig, Panthers. Justin Reed, Saints. Jaquan Brisker, Bears. 20 through 11, Deshaun Elliott, Steelers. Cam Corral, Rams. Julian Love, Seahawks. Jalen Thompson, Cardinals. Harrison Smith, Vikings. Kobe Bryant, Seahawks. Reed Blankenship, Eagles. Butta Baker, Cardinals. Antoine Winfield Jr., Bucks. Kevin Byard III, Bears. And the top 10. 10, Jesse Bates, Falcons. 9, Sidney Brown, Eagles. 8, Brandon Jones, Broncos. 7, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Texans. 6, Xavier McKinney, Packers. 5, Ronnie Hickman Jr., Browns. 4, Brian Branch, Lions. 3, Derwin James Jr., Chargers. 2, Kirby Joseph, Lions. And number 1 is Kyle Hamilton of the Baltimore Ravens. Safety, you can make a case for any of the top 3 in any order. And Brian Branch is making his way up there as well. I think safety is a deep position. You could argue it's deeper than cornerback this year. So, there you have it for the safety rankings. Now I'm going to go over the news and notes for today. So the AP poll is out. for college football, the new AP poll. There's some changes. So 1 through 5, Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Georgia, Miami. 6 through 10, Oregon, Texas, Clemson, Notre Dame, South Carolina. 11 through 15, Illinois, Arizona State, Florida State, Michigan. 16 through 20, Iowa State, SMU, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Ole Miss. 21 through 25, Alabama, Tennessee, Indiana, Texas Tech, Utah. Others receiving votes: BYU, Auburn, Georgia Tech, USC, Louisville, TCU, Missouri, South Florida, Tulane, Nebraska, Kansas State, UNLV, Liberty, James Madison, Duke, Navy, Virginia, Baylor, Memphis, and Pitt. And dropping from the rankings, Kansas State and Boise State. My take is that Alabama should not be ranked. You were a fucking double-digit favorite and lost outright. Good fucking bye. Kansas State lost a close game against another ranked opponent on a neutral site, and they're not ranked. It's favoritism towards Alabama. It's disrespectful to Kansas State. That's my only issue with these rankings. And there's a stat about Bama that they haven't been this low in a long time. TCU head coach Sonny Dykes felt disrespected as he said squad was motivated by all the coverage on Belichick. Yeah, that's what happened. And I didn't think of that when doing the picks, but I go by my numbers. I don't go by narratives. Unless if the narrative fits the number. Juju Lewis to get playing time against Delaware for Colorado. Florida State fined $50,000 after fans rushed the field against Alabama. David Mugoletta, who's the agent of Micah Parsons, said that Micah wanted to stay, as he said that he wanted to stay, and then he explained the negotiations before the trade went down. Gabe Davis back to the Bills on the practice squad. The Cowboys offered Micah Parsons $150 million plus, as they're willing to pay Parsons big and guarantees over a 5-year extension. I just think that he wanted to hire AAV. Dallas is, of course, coming out to say that days later. And then the trade was not eyed pre-draft, as Jerry didn't explore moving Parsons in the spring despite previous comments. Jackson Dart is the Giants' QB2 as he's listed above Jameis Winston, an unofficial depth chart. That's good. More likely than not that he'll be seen soon. Stephon Diggs expected to play week 1. And then Micah Parsons is expected to be back for the season opener against the Lions. Najee Harris is ramping up for the season opener against the Chiefs. Matt Stafford to play week 1 against the Texans. Jason Adam has a ruptured quad. He got injured against the Orioles. And that's it for the news and notes. And last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple that I liked for this. My best bet lost yesterday. Dallas Wings did not cover the big number against the Lynx because I thought the Lynx would have a letdown. of some sort. Since they have home court and they really aren't playing for anything. Best bet's actually ESPN bet again. I mean, don't feel super about it. I don't like any of these, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna go under 8.5 between the Mets and the Tigers for my best bet of the day at even money. So there you go for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and look ahead to everything tomorrow as well. Have a great day, everyone.